in play.
Gates back and away they go. Say no more, very, very slowly away, and Smart Champion had a bit of a think about things as well. There's a long old way to go though, 14 furlongs, 1 mile and 6 in the Power Revolution handicap. And Dreamweaver is racing rather antisocially in the red and blue colours, racing a long way away from the rest as they make their way through the early stages. Prince Imperial, who's got that stamina proven over further at Chelmsford from last time out, is the leader towards the left as we look at them. Also there is Amazing Red in the pink sleeves, followed then by Say No More in the sheepskin noseband there. And then Smart Champion is just in front of Say No More as they make their way at a rather sedate gallop through the first 2.5 furlongs. And it's Prince Imperial in the hands of Ray Dawson. The Dreamweaver has now come across to join. They're then followed by Amazing Red on the inside in third, in the hands of James Doyle, who's taken a bit of a hold. Gap of 2 to Smart Champion and a further 2 back to the rather slow starting Say No More. So it's Prince Imperial who's out in front. They're inside the final 11 furlongs very shortly. And Prince Imperial leads to, in second position, Dreamweaver. Then followed by Amazing Red, followed then by the quarter jacket there of Smart Champion. And then the sheepskin nose-banded head of Say No More. Very shortly they'll be turning and heading towards the final mile or so of the contest. And as they do so, Prince Imperial, who will almost certainly stay, leads by a couple of lengths here. Wouldn't want to give this one too much of an easy lead. Dreamweaver racing in second. Then Smart Champion round the outside of Amazing Red and James Doyle, who's racing in fourth. And then at the back of the field, Say No More. So they've levelled up for home. 7 furlongs or so left to travel. And it's Prince Imperial that's out in front by a length or so to Dreamweaver, who raced wide for the first furlong or 2 of the contest and then joined the rest of them. Smart Champion towards the outside with clear running. Amazing Red is up the inside rail. They're just slightly boxed in, and Say No More has now just about tagged along at the rear of the field. So they're a bit more grouped up now than they were before they turned for home, and they're heading inside the final 3/4 of a mile. In fact, they're inside the final 5 now, and it's Prince Imperial that's out in front to, in second position, Dreamweaver. Then Smart Champion, the quarter jacket towards the outside, followed by Amazing Red. The sheepskin nose-banded head of Say No More is still in last position. Heading on down now towards the final 3 furlongs. Prince Imperial, the light blue, the rail, to in second position, Dreamweaver, just being niggled along. Smart Champion as now also being the recipient of a slightly more vigorous ride. Amazing Red is boxed in up the inner, and then Say No More's at the rear of the field. Final 1/4 of a mile here, and it's Prince Imperial. Ray Dawson at the moment still stacking them up in behind. Dreamweaver in second. Amazing Red now trying to burst through. Then Say No More and Smart Champion towards the far side. Plenty of chances inside the final furlong. Prince Imperial with a near side running rail to help, still just about the leader. Amazing Red, though, is getting into a pretty good stride. Amazing Red and Prince Imperial as a race up towards the line, and Amazing Red...
Yes, out. Here we go. They're off.
Market in play.
Primeira stood supporting the British EBF Premier Fillies handicap, and early on declared interest. The red sleeves is racing prominently with Fairy Cakes over towards the near side in green. And then away to the right is Seattle Rock, the purple and light blue colours, with not too far behind those Pretty in grey, and just tracking the pace as well, ready to venture. That one in turn being stalked through by Arafi, and in behind Arafi at this point goes Rihard. Alana Jujo is at the back end of the field and serenading under Adam Kirby now, the diagonal stripes of black and white at the rear end of the field as well. So around about 6 or 7 lengths only covering them. It looks a fairly sedate pace as they work their way on towards the 4 furlong marker, near enough at halfway now, and it is Fairy Cakes who's picked up the lead. Fairy Cakes in front by a neck over declared interest in second, and then away to the right is Seattle Rock with Pretty in grey close up in behind them. Ready to venture over towards the near side is still being tracked by Arafi, and then over to the far side is a Rihar, further back to Serenading and Alana Jujo. They head down towards the final 2 furlongs of the journey. Declared interest the red sleeves, with on the far side Seattle Rock as Fairy Cakes now begins to backpedal, trying to pick up his Pretty in grey over towards the near side, and a Rihar black cap on the far side is also running home with purpose, but it's declared interest taking them into the final furlong narrowly ahead. Seattle Rock over
inside Larch Hill goes forward, taken on by Rooster Cogburn towards the outside. A mistake at fence number 1 by Valser de Grandval, who hit that fence pretty hard. He's last but one. Balliniti is the back marker as they go over the first of the open ditches, which was the second, and Rooster Cogburn is out in front, chased by Larch Hill in second position. Beautiful Ben is in third. On the inside, Lucky Robin in a share of fourth, with Macca around his outside. Held up is Little Stevie, and he's racing a little keenly in advance of Valsa de Grandval, and the back marker as they make the run down the hill is Balliniti, and they've completed their first 3 furlongs. They've jumped the first 2 of the 12 fences. And it is Rooster Cogburn who leads the way, freewheeling in the hands of Sean Bowen. Leads by about 2.5 lengths to Larch Hill and Jordan Naylor racing in second. A break then of about 4 more lengths to Beautiful Ben, who is in a clear third. Macca is in fourth position as they rise at fence number 3. Rooster Cogburn clear of his field. They're all safely over. Once again, Valsa de Grandval just a little awkward in the air. Quickly they go towards the fourth. Rooster Cogburn clear, extending that advantage now to the best part of 7 lengths. To in second, Larch Hill, and then Beautiful Ben, and then Macca as they go over the fence, which will be the last in a circuit's time. After Macca, a further break of another 5 or 6 lengths to the other 4, with on the inside Lucky Robin racing alongside Valsa de Grandval. The yellow of Little Stevie now allowed to go and try and peg back that leading group of 4, and on the outside is Balliniti as they go into the turn. So it is Rooster Cogburn coming back to his field now. Beautiful Ben around the outside, Larch Hill and the chasing debutant Macca on the inside. And then the well-back Little Stevie in the all-yellow, who is now beginning to improve and close in 5th position. He's 2 lengths in advance of Valsa de Grandval, and then Balliniti, and now ridden along at the back of the field is Lucky Robin. They go over the first fence taken down the back straight. Rooster Cogburn clear by 2.5 lengths to Beautiful Ben in second place. In third, a half length away, Macca. Improving into fourth now is Little Stevie. He relegates Larch Hill to 5th as they go over that open ditch. But at that fence, Little Stevie took the open ditch by the roots, and Keelan Woods had to slip the reins right to the buckle end. That was quite a shuddering mistake by Little Stevie just as he was beginning to get into contention. They stream over the next plain fence and now on towards the final open ditch, and it's Rooster Cogburn who comes towards this open ditch, and he's clear by the best part of 4 lengths, and they are all safely over. However, Balliniti is tailed off in 7th place, but he does have one behind. Lucky Robin is also tailed off in 8th as they now begin to make the run out of the back straight and down the hill, and Rooster Cogburn's lead is now 2 lengths to Macca, who has improved now into 2nd place. Beautiful Ben towards his outside is in 3rd, and then Little Stevie, who continues to close despite having made that shuddering mistake midway down the back straight. Larch Hill is also in that leading group of 5 as they make the turn in, and as they do so, it is Rooster Cogburn who still has the lead, and now he and Sean Bowen have got all the others riding in behind. Macca is in 2nd, Beautiful Ben, Little Stevie, and then Larch Hill. The 3rd from home for Rooster Cogburn. He's over safely, the lead about 4 lengths over Macca in 2nd place. Then Beautiful Ben on the outside, Little Stevie to the inner, and Larch Hill 1 pace. Over the 2nd from home, a bad peck on landing by Rooster Cogburn, but he's still clear by 5 lengths on the run down towards the 12th and final fence. Rooster Cogburn, he didn't get very high, but he's over safely to Macca in
marker here. Demi Sang, the market leader, as they head around 7 acres and make the run towards the roadside. And it's Brotherly Company and Brian Hughes, a wide margin winner at Southall last month under Ryan Mania. Brotherly Company leads Method to the Madness, the best turned out winner, and Derek Fox looking for a double. Method to the Madness, a Hexham scorer last time. In 3rd is Wolfcatcher. Cage of Fear is on that one's outer, and then Authorizo and Wishful Dreaming in a first-time visor, and Demi Sang is last of all as they go past the Sticky Toffee Pudding Shop and run on towards their 3rd. And in front, it is Brotherly Company that has the advantage by 2.5 lengths to Method to the Madness. She is in 2nd. It's a similar distance to Wolfcatcher in 3rd, Cage of Fear in 4th. Here is the 3rd. Only fence they jump on this part of the course. Very good jump by the leader. Demi Sang touches down in last place as they head around the ditch. and about to take the grammar school bend with Brotherly Company in front of Method to the Madness, Wolfcatcher, Cage of Fear. Authorizo is in 5th place, probably 8 lengths behind the leader, and just in front of Wishful Dreaming, and Demi Sang minding his own business in last place. Onto the wood side and running towards the water jump, which is number 4 this time. And it is Brotherly Company, representing Sandy Thompson, leading the way. Brotherly Company over that safely with a 3 or 4 length advantage, a nod on landing from Cage of Fear over the water. 3 more plain ones on the wood side. Brotherly Company gets to the first one in front, all getting from A to B there. Methods of the Madness still in second, with Wolfcatcher and Danny McMenamin in 3rd place.
20 seconds.
Second last next time around. Authorizo wasn't particularly fluent. Still held up by Henry Brook as Brotherly Company leads Method to the Madness and Wolfcatcher.
10 seconds. 9 seconds. 8 seconds.
Has just made a place or 2. Is just up on the inside of Cage of Fear. And the back 2, Demi Sang, has now moved
0 seconds.
Authorizo to get just slightly more competitive. Still over a circuit to go in the William Hill Plus Bet Club Handicap Chase. Brotherly Company left to his own devices, in front by 3 or 4 to Method to the Madness. Derek Fox looking for a double in 2nd position, and Wolfcatcher in 3rd place with Wishful Dreaming and Cage of Fear, the next 2, and then Demi Sang and Authorizo is just the back marker, going through the 2-mile 1 start. The Priory on their right-hand side. Brotherly Company is pressing on here, is probably 5 lengths in front of Method to the Madness.
Market in play.
5 fences left to jump. Wolfcatcher still in 3rd. Demi Sang has improved to share 4th with Wishful Dreaming, has overtaken Cage of Fear as Brotherly Company pings the next. A bit slow at the back of the field, Cage of Fear, and Authorizo not a lot quicker. They are both struggling in 6th and 7th. Brotherly Company leads them. 3 lengths in front of Method to the Madness in 2nd. Wolfcatcher is on that one's girth on the outside. Demi Sang is now into 4th, less than 5 lengths behind the leader and just in front of Wishful Dreaming. Onto the Woodside straight. Authorizo pulled up at the back. 4 to jump, running to the water. Brian Hughes and Brotherly Company leading the way, and quite a useful advantage of 4 lengths. Gets over the water in front. A good leap from Wolfcatcher, certainly better than Method to the Madness. Demi Sang continues to get closer. Here's 3 out. Brotherly Company is over. Demi Sang reached for that on the outside, trying to make ground. Wolfcatcher still in 2nd position. Demi Sang now 3rd. Wishful Dreaming. Method to the Madness is on the retreat as they get over the 2nd last. So here's the final fence. Brotherly Company has dominated to this point, but there's still half a mile on the flat. A blunder from Method to the Madness when held in 5th place. So Brotherly Company leads, but Demi Sang is getting closer, looking dangerous. He's still behind Wolfcatcher in 3rd position. Wishful Dreaming plugging on in 4th. They are well clear of Cage of Fear, about to go into 5th place. So Brotherly Company in front, driven. Wolfcatcher in 2nd. Demi Sang in 3rd. He's not picked up at all at the moment, running inside the last 2. Then Wishful Dreaming in 4th place. So Brotherly Company trying to kick away here. Gets one behind the saddle from the former champ Brian Hughes with a lead of about 4. Demi Sang has gone into 2nd place. Done well on the outside. Half a furlong to go.
In play.
The others to leave the stalls. This is the Kildare Village Ladies Derby, generously sponsored by Value Retail, over 1.5 miles. And disputing the lead on the inside has shared the honour with Drayton Cross, closely followed by Montehez as they continue the end of the first furlong. Improving on the inside is Starlight Dancer. Albrecht is next, and then Elite Trooper Grey. Racing up sides Crassus, and then Gallock in a break of 3.5 lengths to play the game. Right across from the stands, less than 10 furlongs to go. Starlight Dancer and Jessica Young go up to dispute the lead with Shared the Honour and Laura Hardigan. Sitting a length off them in 3rd is Drayton Cross and Fiona Leaney. Montehez is a close-up 4th. Lisa O'Neill, a break of 3 lengths to Elite Trooper Grey and Georgia Benson. Crassus, spotted colours of Maxine O'Sullivan on the outside of Albrecht. Morade Fortune with the final couple, Gallock. Anya O'Connor and Played the Game, Helen Mooney. Less than a mile to go, about to make the turn. Bringing them inside the 7 furlong point, and it's Starlight Dancer. Pressing ahead of Shared the Honour as they meet Rising Ground. They're followed by Drayton Cross and Montehez, the white and black jacket on the inside as they turn towards the top of the track, soon at the 6th, the halfway stage. Little between Starlight Dancer and Shared the Honour. Gone 5 clear of Monte, Drayton Cross has lost a spot, and then Elite Trooper Grey, who's picked up a bit of ground. Brisha next. The final 3 are Crassus, played the game and struggling as Galloc. Making the descent for the turn into the straight. Starlight Dancer and Jessica Young, re-establishing a length and a half advantage over Shared the Honour and Laura Hardigan, and the 2 leaders have come greatly back to Drayton Cross and Fiona Leaney. These are tracked in by Montehez and Lisa O'Neill, bunching up on the turn into the straight with 3.5 furlongs to go. Elite Trooper Grey's on the outside of Crassus, and right behind them is Brisha. They've really tightened up, heading towards the final 2.5 furlongs in the Kildare Village Ladies Derby. And it is Drayton Cross who picks it up from Montehez. Crassus is trying to throw down a challenge in between those 2. On the outside, not out of it, is Elite Trooper Grey, the 4 almost in a line, breaking away from Played the Game, and now Brisha. Elite Trooper Grey on the outside, comes to just pick it up from Crassus. In between them is Drayton Cross and then Montehez. It's Elite Trooper Grey and Georgia Benson holding Crassus in the...
Market
Cavalier
in
slowly
play.
away in the Avenue Bloodstock Maiden Stakes over the 7 furlongs. Good start from McCashy in the green and yellow stripes. Wonder Ajaya is also showing a bit of speed early, but pulling a little bit. Sweet Enough, the market leader. She's in the pink and dark blue colours towards the near side as we look at them. Over on the far side, Throne Power, having a second run in as many days, or his second run in as many days here at Newmarket. Rajmeister, the orange jacket, gets a little bit closer. Then says Totono Chevalier towards the rear of that little grouplet at the moment. Towards the back of the field is Walefa, also towards the back in the similar colours to Walefa, Diamond Drop, Big White Blaze for that one. Inside the final 4 they go. And the lead is just about with McCashy, although Sweet Enough, the near side, is disputing that and maybe just goes on. Sweet Enough and McCashy, these 2 almost stride for stride. Wonder Ajaya is now just being driven along. They're then followed by Rajmeister, the orange jacket towards the left. Then Totono Chevalier, who's angling for a run. Then Wonder Ajaya, and then towards the near side, trying to get going, Walefa. As they come towards the closing stages now, they're deep inside the final quarter of a mile. Sweet Enough has just extended away here. Sweet Enough by a couple of lengths to McCashy in second. Then Totono Chevalier. Staying on is Walefa towards the near side rail. But as they go inside the final furlong now.
Stakes, and through the early stages, it's going to be well, quite close for the lead, with Princess Nadia now pushing forward in dark green to race up as one of the front runners. With from the very wide outside, Artemisia Lomi eventually now making her way across under Tom Marquand. He was happy enough to sit wide through the first furlong. And it is Holly Doyle and Tom Marquand now 1 and 2. So Princess Nadia leads Artemisia Lomi, with up the inside in third at Mwenzi. As they swing left-handed out of the back straight, the tempo early on is steady. Back in fourth is Royal Harmony in the yellow jacket. Then the half-sister to the Group 1 winner Pile Driver, that's Country Pile, over to the inside. The green with the white disc, sleeves, red cap. Black with the yellow cap out deeper if her runs Flaunt. And then a couple of lengths back to find a Lucky Bay, who's around the outside of Lassie. Lassie just ahead of Lucky Bay at this stage. Making the run back towards the home straight, and from here they have 5.5 furlongs of their journey remaining, so they're near enough at halfway. The favourite Princess Nadia will straighten up in front. From Artemisia Lomi racing in second, Mwenzi, unbeaten in just the 1 start. The Godolphin Blue against the rails. Then towards the outside is Royal Harmony, chased 2 lengths back by Flaunt and then Country Pile. And at the back end of the field, run at both Lucky Bay and pushed along Lassie. Heading down towards the final 3 furlongs, and as they do so, it is still Princess Nadia who dictates here. Leads up by 3/4 of a length over Artemisia Lomi, who's now ridden along. Mwenzi looking for a way out, is also being pushed and shoved. Wider out is Royal Harmony. On the very far left, Flaunt in the black colours is trying to come home, and Country Pile is also putting in some fair late work, but the leader has kicked here. Princess Nadia opens up in the hands of Holly Doyle, taking them down towards the final furlong. Princess Nadia has got a 3-length break. It's Country Pile who's running a very encouraging debut, stays on into second place, but still a good handful of lengths to find on the leader, with racing next.
And they're off in the WilliamHill.com Best Odds Guaranteed
Market
handicap
in
chase, 3
play.
miles, 1.5 furlongs. Breaking the ice away well with Takara Moore and Murur on the inside. Brian Hughes, the red and yellow. Cairns Hill, Danny McMenamin up there, the grey on the outside. Absolutely Dillon's in a very close 5th. And they're followed by Strategic and Supreme Steel as they get to this first plain fence. In a little bit close there, Hidden Cargo. Touching down in last position, Blackjack Tennessee. As they've all taken the first, just in front of Blackjack Tennessee is So Satisfied, and Grumpy McGrumpface is towards the back of the field in company with D-Star and William Shanahan. They are the back four, taking the grammar school bend. And dictating at the moment is Murur on the inside of Breaking the Ice. These are the first two, with Takara Moore on the outside. The first three followed by Absolutely Dylan and Cairns Hill. Then Supreme Steel and Strategic, two stable mates, with Hidden Cargo on the inside of those two as they come to the water for the first time. And behind Hidden Cargo, D-Star just pushed along on the run away from the water with Grumpy McGrumpface, Blackjack Tennessee and So Satisfied over the third. Another plain one, Absolutely Dylan, a shade close. Again, maybe Hidden Cargo not the best as they now come on towards the fourth of the 15 they jump here. And Takara Moore took that on the outside in the hands of Connor O'Farrell, looking for a double on the day. Brian Hughes likewise on Murur. These are the first two ahead of Dylan Hurston, Breaking the Ice in third. Cairns Hill is in fourth position. On the inside of him in the cheek pieces is Absolutely Dylan and Thomas Wilmot, followed by Supreme Steel and Callum Bewley running in sixth position and being followed by Strategic and then Hidden Cargo, D-Star, and towards the back Blackjack Tennessee and So Satisfied and Grumpy McGrumpface, the best turned out winner prepared by Zoe Doyle. Just about last of all, chasing debut today for Grumpy McGrumpface as they have jumped the first five and have almost completed their first circuit here. And in front, it is the four-time winner, Takara Moore. Field separated by less than 10 lengths. Takara Moore and Murur, the first two, with Breaking the Ice on the outside. In fourth position, Supreme Steel shares that with Absolutely Dylan and Cairns Hill in sixth place, probably 4 lengths off the lead, ahead of Strategic, the black and white, and then Hidden Cargo and William Shanahan and D-Star, Elsa McClung and So Satisfied. Here's a plain fence, it's number 6. Done a fair bit of running to get into that. The back two still Blackjack Tennessee and Grumpy McGrumpface last of all. Probably 12 lengths behind the front two, Takara Moore. She is on the outside of Murur. Very experienced 8-year-old, taking the grammar school bend and towards the woodside for the second time. They've jumped 6 of the 15. And it is Murur, the red and yellow. The outside is Takara Moore. Supreme Steel still following, taking a enthusiastic hold in behind is Breaking the Ice. Breaking the Ice is very prominent as they come over the water jump, and then Supreme Steel and Cairns Hill. Grumpy McGrumpface has overtaken a few, including Hidden Cargo, Strategic, D-Star, So Satisfied, and finally Blackjack Tennessee. Takara Moore wasn't her best there, and a mistake in last position. Just lost the back end on landing. Blackjack Tennessee lost further ground as they come to what will be the second last next time around. And Blackjack Tennessee might well be pulled up shortly, and indeed is going to be, before the next fence, that being the 10th in here. Murur and Takara Moore, the first two, with Breaking the Ice on the outside. The first three are line across the course, not much to choose between them. And 3 by 3 at the moment, with Absolutely Dylan, Supreme Steel and Cairns Hill in behind. On the wide outside, the white and red, is Grumpy McGrumpface. So Satisfied, a bit of headway into midfield with D-Star. Hidden Cargo and Strategic are two that are struggling at the back. So in a circuit's time, they'll be turning left. They've got to go round and do it once more, and still 5 fences left to jump in the WilliamHill.com Best Odds Guaranteed handicap chase. Passing the Priory for the last time in this race, Takara Moore and Murur, the first two. Breaking the Ice on the outside. Grumpy McGrumpface continues to catch the eye, has probably gone up into fourth now on the outside of them. His first run over fence is Absolutely Dylan next with Cairns Hill, Supreme Steel, quite well bunched. Here's the 5th last, getting over the and So Satisfied, nearly unseated Elsa McClung, but she sat tight. Wouldn't be dislodged, but a blunder from So Satisfied there. Has D-Star behind and driven, and they are clear of Hidden Cargo and Strategic. So with 4 left to jump and then the long run in, it is Takara Moore and Murur. They continue to be 1 and 2 with Breaking the Ice third, Grumpy McGrumpface, Absolutely Dylan, Cairns Hill yet to really be played the grey. Reminders for Supreme Steel. So Satisfied is still just about in touch with D-Star on the outside of that. Here is the 4th last. Takara Moore Breaking the Ice. Murur has weakened quickly. Grumpy McGrumpface in third. Cairns Hill in 4th. Absolutely Dylan 5. Then the plugging on D-Star in 6th. The 3rd last. Dylan Hurston Breaking the Ice over in front. Strategic pulled up there before the 3rd last. It is Breaking the the ice, leading to Caramore in second, then Cairns Hill, Grumpy McGrumpface, and Absolutely Dylan 3, 4 and 5, D-Star in sixth. Here's the final fence, breaking the ice under Dylan Hurst for George Bewley. Can this one hold on? Is about 3 clear of Takaramore, Cairns Hill. They're all pushing in behind. Grumpy McGrumpface in 4. D-Star has plugged on into 5th position and has gone past Absolutely Dylan, who can do no more as they get closer to breaking the ice here. Danny McMenamin and Cairns Hill on the outside. Grumpy McGrumpface. It is still breaking the ice that leads Cairns Hill by half a length. Grumpy McGrumpface in 3rd. They're clear of the weakening Takaramore, and then D-Star, less than 2 furlongs to go. Breaking the ice with Grumpy McGrumpface in 2nd. Cairns Hill is back in 3rd now, looking held. So Grumpy McGrumpface is challenging, breaking the ice. He's now shaken up on the inside. A furlong to go, and breaking the ice, kicks away from Grumpy McGrumpface, has swatted aside the challenge, and it's breaking the ice for George Bewley. Dylan Hurst in the saddle, Montgomery and Bewley.
Over a mile for this
Market in play.
Handicap stakes. Firmament just a little bit slow to go. Just his settle towards the rear of the field as well, as Ventura Mutiny takes them along towards the inside. The pale blue jacket racing quite freely upsides, a little bit deeper as Saison's Door, the grey, and then tucked in behind those in the noseband is Copper and 5, followed by Tad Reeb, the blue and white jacket to the inside. Garden Oasis next to that one, the white jacket, brown braces, orange cap. Just his second last in the green with the blue disc, and the overall back marker as they take the turn is Firmament in the green and white hoop jacket. And Danny Tudhope's got that, about 7 off the leader, which is now Saison's Door. They're taking the turn down the home straight, approaching the halfway point, coming back to the final half mile. Saison's Door and Jack Garrity in front, then by a couple to Ventura Mutiny racing second. Copper and 5 travel smoothly in 3rd for Joanna Mason, followed through deeper out by Garden Oasis and David Allen. Tad Reeb shaken up with Just His back in the field. The back marker is still Firmament, and they're back inside the final 3 furlongs. Saison Door trying to kick off the front, almost upsides is Copper and 5. Tad Reeb trying to come out of the pack, out wide is Garden Oasis. Ventura Mutiny is dropping away. Firmament trying to pick up. Just His has got running to do. They're inside the final 2. It's Copper and 5 who's gone on. Copper and 5 back to the little dip, leads up by just over a length to Garden Oasis, who's trying to reel in this leader. Tad Reeb kept going, will need a gap on that inside fence. Just His is next inside the furlong now. Copper and 5 in front by 3 parts of a length to Garden Oasis, trying hard in second, but Copper and 5 is finding plenty and will win
In play.
Race, the AquaTurf Handicap. 6 runners over 2 miles, and straight into the lead, Effernoak Fizz, a game winner here in her last visit. It was followed by Dinard Rose. The 2 fillies first and second, the end of the first furlong. And then Duke Up and Hector de Maris, the 3-year-old tracked by Ever Present. Irish Poseidon, last of the 6. Continuing their journey over on the far side, and it's Effernoak Fizz and Niall McCullough. Good 4 lengths in front of Dinard Rose and Andy Slattery. A couple of lengths back, 2 in 3rd place. It's just Duke Up and Chris Hayes. 4th is Hector de Maris and Oaks winning jockey Ryan Moore. Ever Present and Shane Foley last but 1. The back marker remains Irish Poseidon and Colin Keane. Colin on board 2 of the day's earlier winners. They've passed the Oaks Point, and it's Effernoak Fizz with slightly reduced advantage over Dinard Rose than Duke Up, Hector de Maris, Ever Present and Irish Poseidon. Continuing just outside the 10 furlong point, and no changes from first to last. It's Effernoak Fizz making the running from Dinard Rose, Duke Up, Hector de Maris, Ever Present and Irish Poseidon. Right across from us, 1 mile and 2 of the race left. Effernoak Fizz bowling along, 3.5 to 4 lengths in front of Dinard Rose, owned and trained by Nina Walsh. Clear gap to the 3rd running and Duke Up, and then Hector de Maris, Ever Present and Irish Poseidon. They continue in the same order as they head for the halfway stage in the 2 mile 6-runner AquaTurf Handicap. And it's Effernoak Fizz in the lead from Dinard Rose, Duke Up, Hector de Maris, and alongside Hector de Maris is Ever Present, handicap debutant and top weight, who's on a flat 3-timer after recent wins at Leopardstown. Irish Poseidon, 6th of the 6. They're inside the halfway stage, about to make the turn, bringing them up to the top of the track. And it's Effernoak Fizz in the lead from Dinard Rose, Duke Up, Hector de Maris, Ever Present, with the back marker Irish Poseidon. Heading right up to the highest point of the track, Effernoak Fizz Lumping along, a few lengths in front of Dinard Rose, Duke Up a clear third, then Ever Present, who's picked up one position at the expense of Hector Damaris. Irish Poseidon continues at the other end of the field. 4 furlongs to go. Effernock Fizz, niggled along in front, much closer in second, is Dinard Rose. Also taking closer order is Duke Up, just touched off here last time out, and then Ever Present. Hector Damaris nudged along on the inside, and then Irish Poseidon. 3 furlongs to go. They straighten up, and Dinard Rose looms up to pick it up from Ever Fizz, who's come under pressure. Ever Present makes ground in the yellow and red jacket. Duke Up's come under pressure. Then Hector Damaris and Irish Poseidon heading for the final furlong and a half. And it's Dinard Rose pressed by Ever Present. On the outside is Irish Poseidon. Duke Up can't go with them. And then Hector Damaris. Weakening is the long-time leader, Effernock Fizz. And it's Ever Present battling it out with Dinard Rose. There's nothing between them. 50 yards to go. And Dinard Rose has fought back. It's
In play.
Maritime Cargo handicap over the 7 furlongs. Toisol, the yellow jacket, just about the leader. 2 in second position, Red Mirage. They're then followed by Marshall Dan in the orange and dark blue colours. Musicality, the red over the far side. Corvair is covered up in midfield. Star of Orion, the green and yellow, towards the near side there. Then followed by Rove and Yami, and Typhoon 10 is buried at the rear of the field as they make their way through the first couple of furlongs. Out in front, Toisol, the leader, by about half a length to Marshall Dan, the dark sleeves to the left as we look at them. Then Red Mirage, the yellow cap, racing in third. They're then followed on the outside by the red of Musicality, then Corvair, who's still got 1 or 2 gaps to find. Then Star of Orion near side, followed by Rove and Yami and Typhoon 10, the white cap, who's still at the rear of the field. Inside the final 3 furlongs they go. Toisol it is, who still spearheads the formation. To Red Mirage, the far side, towards the near side, Marshall Dan is travelling eye-catchingly well. Then Corvair, who's trying to get a run, followed then towards the near side by Star of Orion. Then Rove and Yemi, Musicality, Typhoon 10 is now ticking 1 or 2 of them off. Inside the final furlong and a half they go, spread right across the track. And it's just about Marshall Dan that now leads. Star of Orion is finishing off well. Here comes Corvair, and then Typhoon 10, Rove and Yemi, the far side. Inside the final furlong they go.
20
Orion, the near
seconds.
side to Toisol, who's been out in front throughout, but racing up towards the line. Star
White jacket down the near side of Mr. Tyrrell. They are the first pair. Liam Brown looking over both shoulders there on the horse is currently in second. Then in behind Mr. Tyrrell goes Crimson Sand with the nose-banded Capilla towards the near side of Casbaz, the next 2. And then Marbra, who's the grey. And he races in company with a filly, the Blue Bower, who is the back marker. And at this stage, around about 7 or 8 lengths off Foxtrot Sizzler, who's looking for a second course success, having won here some 25 days ago. Foxtrot Sizzler then under David Egan leading up to Mr. Tyrrell in second. Then follows Crimson Sand in the purple. Just in advance of Casbaz, the yellow sleeves and cap. Away to the far right is Marbra. Back with Marbra is the Blue Bower, and Capilla is on the extreme left. They head down inside the final quarter of a mile. Can they get to Foxtrot Sizzler? Foxtrot Sizzler showing in front, is now shown the whip. Only a length or so to the good over Mr. Tyrrell, who's responding. Casbaz over to the far side, and then Crimson Sand entering the final furlong. It is Foxtrot Sizzler and Mr. Tyrrell. They've always been 1 and 2, but it's Mr. Tyrrell now down the centre of the track, really putting it up to Foxtrot Sizzler. Mr. Tyrrell and Foxtrot Sizzler. Foxtrot Sizzler fought back and won it. Foxtrot Sizzler.
Market suspended.
Back to Casbaz.
They're off in the William Hill. Build your
Market in play.
Hurdle. They'll jump 8 flights. And the early leader is Savi. Savi just in front of See the Sea. Maria Magdalena, the outside, yellow and green, with Millie the Minx running in 4th position. The back 3, Flood Defence, Lady Shanawell and Pepper Street, as they're on the journey to the first. See the Sea by a half length to Maria Magdalena, with Savi now just reined back into 3rd. Here is the first. Pepper Street a little bit slower than the other 6 in last position, but all of them got from A to B, with Peter Kavanagh and See the Sea leading by a length around the Grammar School bend to Tom Buckley and Maria Magdalena in 2nd position. On the inside of her is Savi, very comfortable winner at Perth last weekend. In 4th position is Millie the Minx, 2nd in this race 2 years ago, 4 times a winner over hurdles. And she sits in 4th position at the moment, just ahead of Flood Defence and Brian Hughes. Here is flight number 2, the first of 2 on the Woodside. Lady Shanawell, a past course winner, is 1 from last, and it's 3 lengths to Pepper Street. In between the 2 flights of hurdles on the woodside, and See the Sea in front of Maria Magdalena. Not much to choose between these two as they reach the third, and both equally fluent with Savi and Harry Reid. It was Tom Midgley on board last weekend. Harry Reid taking the ride today on Savi for Jim Goldie and sitting in third position, the favourite, ahead of Millie the Minx in fourth position. And then Lady Shanawell is in fifth, ahead of Flood Defence, the black and red, and the purple and pink of Pepper Street still in last position. As they continue on their journey, heading around 7 acres and moving on to flight number 4, which will be the last in another circuit's time. So still over a circuit to go. See the Sea, Maria Magdalena 1 and 2 with Savi in third, Millie the Minx, Danny McMenamin waiting in fourth position. And just in advance of Flood Defence, side by side with Lady Shanawell, and Pepper Street and Jonathan England will need to pass them all to win as they go by the Priory and the Racecourse stables through where they started and running on towards number 5 in the William Hill Build Your Odds Mares Handicap Hurdle. See the Sea by a neck to Maria Magdalena in second. Not a great deal to choose between these two. 2 lengths to Millie the Minx on the outside of Savi. Here is the next. See the Sea, Maria Magdalena, still 1 and 2. Sharing third, Millie the Minx on the outside of Savi. And then a little gap of about 3 to Lady Shanawell, Flood Defence, and Pepper Street is still last of all as they're about to go into the Woodside Straight for the final time. 3 left to jump. See the Sea, she has the initiative to Maria Magdalena in second spot. The black sleeves Tom Buckley. On the inside of her is Savi, and then in fourth position is Millie the Minx as they now run towards the third last. Maria Magdalena matching strides with See the Sea over this next one. They land together. Millie the Minx is right on them in third position with Savi in fourth place. Pepper Street's just improved a bit to go into fifth, but 1 or 2 jockeys maybe fancying their chances here as they run down towards the second last. Maria Magdalena poised on the outside of See the Sea, and it is See the Sea, the white and black spots. Maria Magdalena now being shaken up in second place. Millie the Minx is on her outside. Savi just getting a squeeze in fourth position. They've got 1 left to take. See the Sea, Maria Magdalena responding to a little bit of pressure. Millie the Minx is there in third place. Savi is in fourth. These are on from Lady Shanawell running on. See the Sea still has the advantage to Maria Magdalena in second. There's a length between them. In third, Millie the Minx. In fourth is Savi. They're clear of Lady Shanawell as they run down towards the final flight here. See the Sea, Maria Magdalena. They land together on the outside. Very much in the thick of it is Millie the Minx as they turn in. Millie the Minx takes over to Maria Magdalena. See the Sea backs out of it. Millie the Minx on the outside. On the inside, Maria Magdalena. She'll have to switch to try and chase the leader down, but Millie the Minx going great guns in front. 2.5 to 3 lengths clear of Maria Magdalena, and Millie the Minx for Diane Sayer and Danny McMenamin are going to take the...
They're off. Racing for these
Market in play.
birthday handicap stakes, and Jaramillo just missed the kick a little bit. They settle down through the early stages, and up front it's Dubai Instinct who's gone on early. The yellow jacket with the maroon star. Chase the Dollar is prominent towards the inside. Length and a half to Mukayam in the white jacket with the brown braces and an orange cap. Horse and a noseband. Further 3 parts back to Viaduct in the orange jacket. And then the hoop jacket of Jaramillo, the slow starter at the back of the field, but only about 5 lengths off the pace. Through the first couple of furlongs then, Dubai Instinct and Joe Mason towards the inside, just setting a steady pace in front by about a half to Mukayam, who makes ground out wide on the track for David Allen. Tucked in behind them, centre field Viaduct is next in the field, followed by Chase the Dollar in the blue and yellow jacket. And the overall back market continues to be Jaramillo. So going back inside the final mile, and there's probably 5 or 6 lengths first to last. And it's Mukayam who's now come through to take it on. Mukayam goes on then in the noseband by about a length to Chase the Dollar, who's moving through on the outside to sit second. Dubai Instinct now back in third position. Viaduct towards the back of the field with Jaramillo. So leaving the back stretch behind them and on the turn towards the home straight, approaching the final 6. Inside it they go. And it's Mukayam still there by just over a length. Chase the Dollar sits towards the outside of runners as they swing that turn and head back towards the home straight. Dubai Instinct still prominent behind the pace, and then waited with at the back, both Viaduct and Jaramillo. On the turn down the home straight, then pace quickening as they come back towards the final half mile. Mukayam still there by about a length. Chase the Dollar is in second. Franny Norton just easing that one a little bit closer. Dubai Instinct still travels okay in third position, as does Jaramillo, making ground for Cameron Noble. Viaduct now at the back of the field. Mukayam back towards the final three, then tries to kick off the front, but Chase the Dollar is covering the move. Dubai Instinct next. A reminder for Jaramillo in the centre of the track. Viaduct's under pressure in rear. Mukayam kept going here, back inside the final couple of furlongs they come. Mukayam responding to pressure. Chase the Dollar is giving chase, but under maximum pressure now in second. Dubai Instinct is kept going, then Jaramillo. Far side Mukayam being reeled in by Chase the Dollar, but here's Dubai Instinct with a big rush for Joe Mason in the centre, and it's Dubai Instinct who's now gone on. Inside the final half furlong they come. Dubai Instinct